Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Nature must be preserved.
Okay, so I definitely don't keep swipe. I can coin innervate Savage Combatant on 1, but against a Druid, that's not really that likely to find a good target on turn 2, but it's still just a really strong minion for turn 1. Does that mean I toss Finley? I'd be hoping to draw into one of my 5 2-drops for turn 2. Maybe I'd go Finley on 1, innervate Combatant on 2, and save the coin. I guess I'll keep these 3 cards. Probably not correct to keep all 3 of them. I guess the Finley was kind of a hedge if I didn't pick up a 2-drop. The fact that he had the Living Roots here makes the Savage Combatant not nearly as good, because it just dies to second Living Roots, dies to Wrath, dies to Power of the Wild. Maybe I just play Finley here. Lines up pretty well against the roots. I get to see what my hero power is. Maybe I save the coin innervate for turn 3 so I can play Savage Combatant and hero power in the same turn. I guess if I Finley away my Druid hero power, the Savage Combatant's Inspire effect is sometimes worse, but sometimes it's better. It's just straight up better if I get the Mage hero power, I think. I think I like just playing Finley out here. Lines up pretty well against these guys. I think Mage hero power is definitely the choice here. I'm looking for board control with this deck. I don't know, I was offered the Rogue hero power, right? Maybe that was an option. But with Savage Combatant and the Mage hero power, I can kill 2 small minions in the same turn, which is really cool. So I think I like Druid of the Saber on 2, Savage Combatant on 3, and then go from there. So let's just play this guy in stealth mode so he doesn't die to the board. Just gonna trade into Finley here. Okay. That's respectable, I suppose. So I actually have a ton of options here. I can play any single minion in my hand. Druid of the Claw is independently just the strongest card to play here. But if I play Clockwork Knight, the stats aren't that much worse than Druid of the Claw, and it lets me get some value out of the Gorilla Bot next turn. Or I could also just go Gorilla Bot this turn and then get value out of the Clockwork Knight on the Gorilla Bot next turn. But I don't think that's nearly as good. I don't think I'm in a good enough position to live the mech dream right now. I just need to play my strongest card here.
Behold the rage of the Firelands.
What's happening to my guy? Mulch. Okay. That's not good. If I don't play Wrath, I have to leave that guy up for another turn, which is pretty much a disaster if he has like Nourish or anything. I guess I have to Wrath it. Can't do anything with the Wrath, which sucks a lot. So I guess I go Cycle Wrath, Hero Power, trade in the 3-2. Man, Fandral is a scary card if I have to make this play instead of playing one of my good minions here. Luckily I got something pretty good from the Mulch. That is a pretty weak turn by the opponent. So I can have 8 mana here if I want. 8 mana here doesn't really seem that relevant. It lets me go... 6 mana lets me go Savage Combatant Hero Power. That doesn't kill the Teacher. I can swipe Hero Power, but that's so slow. I think I just drop the 5/5 here. It's pretty good against the Teacher. It's the last day of ladder. This guy's rank 2 and he just saw his opponent play a Clockwork Knight, so I imagine he's pretty happy with what's going on this game. I can kill the Ancient of War with Swipe Hero Power and my 5/5. Swipe Hero Power is 6 mana, I can't do anything else, so that's probably not the play. What can I draw into with Gorillabot that would be good? Probably nothing specifically. Wonder if I just play Baron Geddon here? He really wants to trade into it if I do.
Time waits for no one.
Let's just go for some Discover. And then play out this big minion here. Spending all my ramp here kinda sketchy, but I have a ton of stats on board. Any way that he attempts to trade into my board with Ancient of War, I believe any way that he attempts to do it, I can still kill it.
Pay attention, class.
And the odds that all three of my mechs die before I can play my Gorillabot are not very high.
I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn.
Swipe Hero Power lets me leave him with just a 3-1 teacher against my 6-3. That's pretty good. Geddon leaves him with a 3-3 teacher against my 7-5 Geddon. Also pretty good. I think I like playing Geddon here. Yeah, Geddon costs 7 mana, so it's just a pretty hard card to play efficiently. Whereas with Swipe I can play it like next turn with a minion. And Swipe is just, in general, just a much more flexible card. You can target something down for 4 damage instead of just nuking everything. So just play the clunky card while I have the mana.
I am ready to learn.
Oh, okay, he's just trading in here. Curator. So I already played... Oh, I have 2 Tidehunters in this deck, right? So I do get Beast Dragon and Murloc. But I can also just play like Harvest Golem, Gorillabot here. I can clear with Swipe, but that's pretty bad. I can play Savage Combatant and Hero Power down one of them. Or just play Harvest Golem. I think I'm gonna go for the sweet mech value here. This is actually pretty interesting. Do I take Zoobot or do I take Gorillabot?
Time waits for no one.
I'm running pretty low on mechs. I think I'll take the Zoobot. I think he's more likely to do something relevant this game. There's a pretty good chance that both of my mechs die here. He only needs 3 damage for the Harvest Golem. And then Hero Power kills Damaged Golem. His 2 guys on board kill the Gorillabot. I think I'm just clearing with Swipe here. It's not super good. I don't think I can really afford to leave Azure Drake up though, and I'm getting pretty low on life. The other option is like Savage Combatant Hero Power. I have to take 4 damage from the Drake and leave 4 damage on board. I don't think I like that. I'm just gonna try to swipe this down. And I'm just gonna play out the Zoobot here. I don't really have much synergy with it right now, and I have the Menagerie Magician. I think just putting stats on the board to answer whatever he does this turn is pretty important.
You dare challenge the daughter of Deathwing?
That card's scary. Innervate Power of the Wild? Okay, just Wrath. Well, I need to draw Swipe here. If I think I can live a turn, Curator makes it more likely that I draw Swipe next turn, but if I play Azure Drake this turn, there's a chance I just, you know, draw Swipe this turn. Be great. 1 in 15 cards are Swipe. Curator means next turn I have a 1 in 12 at drawing it. Azure Drake means I I have a 2 and 15 of drawing it next turn, so I guess Azure Drake's actually better either way. I guess I'm playing Drake here.
Time waits for no one.
Well, I guess Zoobot is a minion I can play, and I can start dealing with these whelps. I'm probably just dead to Savage Roar or something like that here. Raven Idol into Savage Roar. Basically Savage Roar. Hero power there, necessary dog.
Malfurion versus Morgul.
I must protect the wild.
Definitely don't want Azure Drake. And I think there are a lot of better options than the Harvest Golem. Innervate plays, 1-drops, even Mounted Raptor is better than Harvest Golem, I think. Alright, so for next turn I have a reactive play and a proactive play. It's always nice to have on turn 2. And I think against Finley, I would rather play the Fairy Dragon. The Innervate doesn't really do much of relevance here. Just play out the Fairy Dragon. It's not super good here, actually. I don't know, maybe I should have actually just innervated out the Wrath there. It doesn't feel good to innervate Wrath a 1/3, but it does save Fairy Dragon from the hero power. But if I force out the hero power here, I think I'm pretty happy about that. And it still doesn't protect the Fairy Dragon from Rockbiter Weapon, which is probably his best answer to it. I guess it saved it from this. But that's not great use of his Flame Tongue Totem. Wonder if I just charge that down with Druid of the Claw. Leaves me with something on board. Gets rid of the Flame Tongue Totem. Wonder if I even need to charge it though. Wouldn't it be better to just taunt there? It would be better against everything except Argent Horse Rider. And it's actually exactly the same against Argent Horse Rider, except my 4/2 has a taunt instead of nothing. I mean, I guess it's also just better against him removing the Druid of the Claw, but he's doing that. He's not getting any value out of the Flame Tongue Totem that turn anyway. I guess it could be like Horse Rider coin Rockbiter Weapon.
Time waits for no one.
I think it just makes the most sense here to put as many stats on the board as possible. It's not very likely at all that he has an answer to this. No bluegill, please.
You love my new recipe.
So do I just Wrath the Flame Tongue Totem? Why does he have Crazed Alchemist in his deck? Do I just Wrath Flame Tongue Totem, kill the other one? I can also play Enchanted Raven with that. I have 4/6 taunt and 2/2 against just a 2/2. I'm really far ahead like that. What if I just play my 2 minions here? There's no way that's better, I think. And I could have cycled the Wrath and then hero powered down the Flame Tongue, but then I couldn't play the Raven. I think having a 2/2 on board is better. Well, I think hero powering into Thing from Below is pretty clearly the best play here.
For the wild.
I guess if I had just traded the Raven into that, I could have basically turned my 2/2 into like letting me develop a bigger minion, but my bigger minions aren't even like that much better than the Raptor here. I think this is just way better. I have to watch out, my Murloc's buff that. Hopefully I get a better 1-drop than he does here. I did get a better 1-drop. Probably just want to clear that off with hero power. Do I actually? The mech that I most want to play here is the Clockwork Knight. It's the only one I can't play with hero power, so maybe it makes more sense to not do it like that. Because then on 7 I can play both of my other cards. Guaranteed to get a Gorilla Bot hit. I think I just leave that guy up. I mean, what are the chances that this thing is relevant at all. He's already played Finley in both Flame Tongues. I think that thing is just a 1-2. That's fine. Ooh, do I swipe here? I think I have to swipe here. If I don't swipe, I allow the Tunnel Trog to trade into one of my minions anyway. If I go swipe Zoobot, it's not very likely at all that he kills the Zoobot. And then I can probably get value with the Gorilla Bot next turn. But if he does kill the Zoobot, it's pretty bad for me. But I do have a lot of solid, just like minions left in my deck. I think I like swipe Zoobot here. Just keep stuff off the aggressor's board. He's also a little bit overloaded this turn. I don't think there's any way he kills the Zoobot here. The Mechs synergy begins. I think the dream is Gorilla Bot into Psychotron. Oh, the dream.
Spectacular.
Maybe I should have tried to live the Super Dream, which was Gorilla Bot into Psychotron. It's gonna punch me for 6 here. Reasonable play. Oh my god, he has so much burn in his hand. He just passed on 4 mana there. So I'm definitely playing Psychotron here. I'm hitting him for 9. Let's go ahead and hit him for 9. So I don't have to put as much thought into these numbers. If I play out just Psychotron, I have 12 damage next turn. Playing the Harvest Golem instead of the Hero Power does set up lethal, but Hero Power puts me to 17 instead of 16. How relevant is that? He gets 6 damage out of his Doom Hammer. Say he plays a Rockbiter, that's 12. He needs to kill through the Psychotron and still have 4 more damage. That seems really hard to do. Oh, playing Harvest Golem actually doesn't even set up lethal, because he's at 16. I guess I'm gonna Hero Power here. Yeah, it's second Lava Burst. I have lethal here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not lethal, right? 1 damage off.
Another night on the prowl.
I think it does make sense to just push here. Or not just push, but like kill this guy and then just push. He needs, what, 9 damage here? That's not at all easy to have. I guess Rockbiter plus any other damage source. Oh my god. You don't have it. He doesn't have it. Everyone say it with me. He doesn't have it. The dream! The Mech victory at Legend rank.